What's up, guys? It's Ty here, and today I have the Week 6 NFL recap. And yeah, it was a pretty good week in the NFL. We are seeing some teams who's contenders and who's pretenders. You know, you've probably heard that saying before. And let's get started off with the Thursday night game, which I thought was a really good game. The Philadelphia Eagles defeated the Carolina Panthers 28-23. Cam Newton, he threw 3 interceptions, I do believe, in the game. But this Eagles team is better than we all expected, and the Panthers are too, and I still think the Panthers are a pretty solid team. I can see them finishing 10-6 on the year, going 6-4 in their last 10 games. And yeah, that was a really good Thursday night game, honestly. Matchup between two 4-1 teams, and the Eagles came out on top. Okay, on to Sunday's action. The Miami Dolphins beat the Atlanta Falcons 22-17. And you can see by that box score, the Falcons were up 17-0 at half. And in typical Atlanta Hawk fashion, don't get mad at me, Falcons fans. They blew the 17-0 lead, and the Dolphins ended up coming back, winning 22-7. Jay Ajayi got 130 yards on the ground. He is back, baby. And Julio Jones had 6 receptions, 72 yards, but he still has not gotten a touchdown this season. Pretty alarming from Atlanta. The Minnesota Vikings beat the Green Bay Packers 23-10, but the only reason that happened, I do believe, is because Aaron Rodgers has sadly broken his collarbone and will probably be out for the remainder of the season. And that is very bad news for the Packers. Brett Hundley came in the backup, and he threw 3 interceptions. So it's not looking good in Green Bay. I could see them finishing 7-9, 8-8 on the year. Jerick McKinnon had himself 2 touchdowns. Thank you. I won fantasy because of you. I love you. Now, this is a game. The New Orleans Saints beat the Detroit Lions 52-38. But, yeah, it was 31-10 at half. It was 38-10 at one point. And, yeah, the Lions came roaring back. Lol. But the Saints held off, and this is a typical shootout. You know, Mark Ingram, he ended up having 3 touchdowns, 25 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing, but he did have a receiving touchdown. Alvin Kamara also had 75 yards. Golden Tate, 7 receptions, 96 yards. And Matt Stafford threw for 3 touchdowns. But yeah, that was just a crazy freaking game. All right, the New England Patriots went to New York and they beat the Jets 24-17. The Jets were up 14-0 at the beginning. I was actually watching that game, and then the Patriots scored just at the verge of halftime to tie it 14-14 at half, and then Tom Brady ended up winning it for him, and he is now the most winningest quarterback in NFL history. Dion Lewis had a touchdown. Josh McCown actually looked really good in this game, 31 for 47, 554 yards, and 2 touchdowns. But this is very controversial as Austin Seferian-Jenkins, he for his second touchdown of the day, or at least it should have been his second touchdown on the day. It kind of like they thought he fumbled, and then he ended up kind of fumbling, but then the ball was bobbled. They thought he fumbled it, and the ball, was lost and, went for a touchback, and then the Patriots got the ball. That was the official call. But it did look like he did end up securing the ball, and then the ball hit the ground and fell out. You know what I'm saying? So people are saying the Jets got robbed. I kind of agree. So moving on, the Washington Redskins, fresh off their bye week, they get the win against the 49ers, making them 0-6. But the 49ers have lost 5 straight games by 3 points or less. That's like a record, and it's also very heartbreaking. Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk, 25 for 37, 330 yards with 2 touchdowns, 2 in the air and 1 on the ground. Him using his legs, Captain Kirk. Chris Thompson, he didn't get many rushing yards, but 4 receptions, 105 yards. Can't be mad at that production. The Chicago Bears beat the Baltimore Ravens in overtime, 27-24. Connor Barth kicked the 40-yard field goal to win. Yeah, I watched this game as well, man. The Ravens, they just don't look that good. Joe Flacco, 24 for 41, 180 yards, 2 interceptions, just looking terrible, really. Jordan Howard had 167 yards on the ground, but on 36 carries. He got a lot of the workload. Nice to see that. And the Bears get their second win of the season. The Bears are beating teams from the AFC North. Are they going to sweep the AFC North this year? I That'd be kind of funny. The Houston Texans beat the Cleveland Browns, making them 0-6. Rip their skins. Deshaun Watson threw for another 3 touchdowns. He is really starting to shine, guys. And he was 17 for 29, 225 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Will Fuller got himself another touchdown. The man cannot stop scoring. So this was a game as well. The Buccaneers lost to the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona Cardinals are 3-3 on the year now, 38-33. But this game was 31-0 at one point. And you see the Buccaneers, 27 points in the fourth. Yeah, they almost came back. Yeah, the Cardinals almost blew a very, very, very large lead. But the story, also, Jameis Winston was hurt for this game, so Ryan Fitzmagic had to come in. He actually did not do that bad. 22 for 32, 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. Larry Fitz, 10 receptions, 138 yards and a touchdown. But the story of this game, Adrian Peterson is reincarnated, baby. He seems to be back, but I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. He had 26 carries, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He looked like the old Adrian Peterson we've all known to love. And I don't know if he can keep that up all the time, but if he can, I mean, good for him. I dropped you from my fantasy team, so don't do it again. I don't care really. I do not care. I picked up Jerick McKinnon, so I'm happy. The Los Angeles Rams beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 27-17. The game started out with Pharaoh Cooper returning the kickoff for 103 yards. Leonard Fournette, 21 carries, 130 yards with a touchdown. His first carry was a 75-yard carry for that touchdown, but he also did get hurt in that game. It's not super serious. I think it's a sprained ankle, but he should be able to play against the Indianapolis Colts this Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs are no longer undefeated, and there are no longer any undefeated teams in the NFL as the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the Chiefs 19-13. There's a safety. They're up 2-0, so it's 2-3 after one. It's a weird score line. I mean, 19-13 has actually happened 6 times. Don't know how. Don't know why. I'm mad it wasn't scoregami. If you guys know what scoregami is, put it down in the comment section. You're a legend. So the Chiefs just really could not get anything going. Le'Veon had 32 carries for 179 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Brown, 8 receptions, 155 yards, and a touchdown. But that was a crazy... The ball should have been intercepted. It was tipped off of Phillip Gaines' his hands, and then Antonio Brown caught it, did a back juke, and he took it to the house. Just crazy, honestly. And then the Chiefs could not do anything after that. The Los Angeles Chargers win their 2nd game in a row, and the Oakland Raiders lose their 4th in a row. Nick Novak made a 32-yarder on the final play to win the game. An untypical Chargers fashion. Typically, they miss that kick all the time. Josh Lambo, Cleveland Browns last year, just saying. But, yeah, it typically happens. But Hunter Henry, 5 receptions, 90 yards. Melvin Gordon, another touchdown, 25 carries, 83 yards. Not a lot of yards, but he got a touchdown, so that's all that matters. And Phillip Rivers looked good in this game. That's good. And the New York Giants got their first win on the season to 1-5 with no receivers. I don't think they literally had no receivers. They beat the 3-2 Denver Broncos. Trevor Siemian did not look that good. Orleans Darkwa had 21 carries, 117 yards. Demarius, 10 receptions, 133 yards. And yeah, maybe the Giants are going to win 11 straight and they're going to make the playoffs. Hey, if you guys remember 2 years ago, the Chiefs were 1-5, and they ended up finishing 11-5 and made it to the playoffs. So that could happen. That could happen. And that was Sunday Night Football, guys. And now on Monday Night Football, the Tennessee Titans move back to 500, and the Indianapolis Colts move to 2-4. The Titans beat them 36-22. It was close, and then in the fourth quarter, the Titans took over. They outscored the Colts 21-3. Derrick Henry had 19 carries, 131 yards, and a touchdown. Eric Decker had his best game on the year, 7 receptions, 88 yards. And Mariota, he looked pretty decent, 23 for 32 for 306 yards and a touchdown. So, guys, that is all the matchups for Week 6. Let us check out Week 7. Obviously, I'm a little late today, but you see the Chiefs and Raiders game at 17-14. And Alex Smith threw a pass. Good job, Alex Smith. I have Amari Cooper on my fantasy team. I'm so happy right now. Thank you. Let's predict who I think is going to win. I think the Bills are going to win. Let's go Bills. I think the Panthers are going to win. Titans are going to win. I think the Saints are going to win that game. The Jaguars are going to win this game. Hopefully the Rams win this game, kind of, because I don't know, actually. I don't know. I want the Dolphins to win this game. I want the Vikings to win this game. Cowboys, I want the Giants to win that game. Steelers, obviously, I want to win that game. I want the Broncos to win this game. I want the Falcons to win this game. And I want the Redskins to win this game. But I think the Eagles are going to win. So, Zach Ertz, baby, best player in the freaking league. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for me. If you went on to enjoy the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube. If you haven't already, this is Tyler signing off saying, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one. Later.